And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. And it is where we talk about everything in the drone world and support the usage of drones. How is everyone out there? I hope the weather has been great where you are, and then you've been able to get out and fly your drones and exercise your wings. How's the weather wherever you want? How is the weather where you are? And if it's been great and you've been able to get out and fly, let me know how the weather is.
This is true.
How's it going with you?
I'm good as usual. Scott, in the chat there, Jack Rabbit was asking how are things, and I was telling him life is good for once.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not complaining.
All right.
Good. I'm good. God bless America. What's up? How are you?
God bless America. What's going on?
Let's see who's in the chat real quick. God bless America. Scott, Jack Rabbit, TJ Giggles, John Olson came in. SJM was here earlier. Steve and Drones.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Gary, Ray Kelly was here earlier. Gary was here. We'll see how it goes through the night.
Well,
I'm good.
I did see Gary. Gary's not here anymore.
Well, people pop in and out. You know how it goes.
Oh, okay.
But how are you? How are you doing? What's up with you?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I can't complain too much.
Brooklyn Jimmy, what's good?
What's going on, Jimmy? It is SJM. What's up, man? Other than the fact that I got a little bad news a couple of hours before the stream.
Well, news. Oh, SJM's here. Well, news is news. It's Hey, good morning, Rob in Australia. Rob and Sue.
Rob, what's going on, man?
Excuse me.
You all right?
Oh, hairball. Something. I don't know.
Hairball.
That just came out of left field.
What?
Good morning, Rob and Sue over in Australia. Feet on the ground. Rob came in and a dust storm just kicked up in my throat or something, man. I don't know. Anyway, good morning to you guys over in Australia, Rob and Sue. How are you? Hope all is well. Russell, Glarum, he says he got his 3T going.
Who?
Russell Glarum, he's got his 3T going.
A 3T?
Deer recovery for hunters.
I got you.
After they go down, sometimes you hit them and they don't drop. And they may run for a couple of 100 yards in any direction.
Well, you got to be careful with that.
Yes. Hold on.
Do you know what you do, Lawrence? You just run him down, jump on his back.
The deer? See, this is why I'm the guy that will be at the restaurant talking about I'd like some venison or something like that, because I'm not going to go out there. If I shoot you and you don't drop right there, I'm not going to chase you another 100 yards, man.
No.
I give kudos to hunters. To you guys that go out there and hunt, kudos to you guys. Now, if I had to do it for a living, maybe I wouldn't have to complain, but as long as someone else can go out, how much it costs to go out there and bring back a buck?
Well, think about this. Think about this one.
Same here, Rob.
Got it, right?
Yeah.
You was out there for however long you were out there. And you finally got one. You're not going to go get it?
More than likely, because you'd be out there for damn days.
No, not days, but I mean,
listen, I've seen a few people. If you look at where Jake Sloan is up north, where they be hunting those white billy goats that go up into the mountains and disappear in the snow type shit.
I'm not hunting nothing like that, and I'm not going up there where he is and all that ice and snow.
John Olson hunts. I remember him mentioning something.
You can be prey up there.
Huh?
You could be prey up there.
You pray up there anyway, because you up there. Shit. You think after your bullets run out, what you got?
Bullets don't run out.
Yeah, okay. All right. Flying Flynn, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. How's everybody out there? It's Wednesday night. We did get a little bit of bad news before the live stream, but we're gonna go on. We might I won't confirm. I'll confirm via text before I even say anything, Herman. But we got a little bit of a stream to do.
Yeah, but I will I was gonna say what the bad news that I got was, so like I said, a couple of hours before the stream, Ryan contacted me, and he can't make it to the stream tonight to give his his view on the topics a couple of topics that we were going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, but
and,
we still have a few other things
there's a few other things that he wanted to bring to our attention that we were going to discuss tonight as well, and that was supposed to fill up the stream. So with that, I have to improvise, and so the show must go on, right?
This is how it is. Rob C. Aviano, how are you?
Rob, what's going on?
Holy shit, man.
What happened?
I'm sitting here choking. Rob from Australia came in and said, hey guys, what's up? And it was like a dust storm. All of a sudden, I just started choking out and shit.
If you have something like cold water or something like that.
I have something to drink. It's not cold water, but yeah. So
because a lot of times, like some nice cold water, you drink something, it usually stops you when you get those sudden tickles.
How about room temperature?
Or whatever. I mean,
Gary, there he is. You're gonna gap those it sounds weird. Says you're gonna gap those backhoes behind me. I actually can do that on the weekends because on the weekends they're parked up. This photo was actually from last year, but they are still on the beach. They are still there, Herman.
Yeah.
yeah. They're sorting out jetties, all the rocks and everything.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So I just put that up. They're doing the same thing they're doing there.
I just thought it was winter. Nobody said, why are they not moving these things?
Oh no, they work Monday through Friday, Army Corps of Engineers, because they're still widening the beach. They're adding jetties where there were none. They're sorting out the rocks, as you see over my shoulder here. Excuse me. It's an ongoing thing. Joe, how are you? Hope all is well.
So they're not parked in the same spot all the time.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. Only on the weekend. Only on the weekends. They'll park them. They'll line them up. 3. Hold on. Who actually asked? Gary asked that. Gary, I actually do have a video. I will find the video and send you the link of me flying these cranes.
Okay. I saw that.
While you do that. But go on with the stream while I'm distracted.
No, yeah, we were gonna discuss a few things because he had brought a couple of things to my attention that he wanted to talk about and how that affects certain things. It was just and with the one with the the NCAA. So like I said, the show must go on. So we're gonna talk about a few other things and share some stuff with you of some of the experiences that Lawrence has been having and getting his butt kicked working in the construction industry.
You know what? I wouldn't even say why you say me, because you guys out there that are interested in getting your Part 107 and you're looking for that niche before it becomes a time where you can only fly if you're Part 107 and you want to make a little bit of money or whatever,
Fly whatever you
not
want.
easy. It's not easy. Honestly,
I mean,
it is not easy.
This is what I was saying before. I don't know. I've seen a lot of jobs for drone pilots, people with experience, people with no experience.
I'm about to explode.
Some of the companies.
Can you hold on 1 second?
What happened?
I'm about to explode in answer to what you said.
Who, me?
I've both seen a lot of drone jobs out there. And I just want to interject before you finish by saying not all of them are paying what you should be making.
Well, let me ask you, but see, this is what I was saying before. What some of the things that some of these companies are asking you to do, you understand? It's their equipment. They have what they want you to do, and I mean, what were you doing before that? They'll, you know, I mean, some of them are entry level positions.
True.
You know, and maybe easier routes to go with a company than to even try starting to do your own thing, because believe me, when they tell you it is tough, it's tough because it's tough, and it's like it's not what I'd say. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and
right. No, right.
Right, you know, you find yourself in the beginning, and trust me, you know, in the beginning, like against the ropes. You know?
Johnny Dronefly says he got offered $70 to go to Baton Rouge. For $70, I don't even charge a battery.
What was that? For $70?
But honestly, in answer to what Herman,
depends on what you're asking to do, like, you know, and at what point in time, you know, are you in the business? I mean, like, what do you?
But
I mean, it's easy to say that, you know, I feel that I'm worth this, but if you've never done anything, or you're like, well, how do you?
Because how do you get work if you've never done it before? But because Ryan isn't coming on tonight, I know a lot of you have come on to hear Ryan talk, very knowledgeable. Herman and I have decided later on throughout the live stream to show some of the work that we've been doing in the construction field. So this is kind of where we're going. So don't think you can quit your day job and go out there and fly your Mini 2S and your Air 2S and your Mavic 3 and all that and get a drone job.
I mean, I wouldn't look at it that simple, but you know, it's
that's why I said don't think it's that easy.
No, I'll talk about it later, because you know.
Right. We do have a lineup, but we're going to show some of our stuff
too, and you know, and a lot of it, you know, like when I work, you know, a lot of times, you know, these stories that you hear about them, they're all a lot of different online magazines, and I see some of the stuff flash on LinkedIn.
Yeah, see all of the stuff on LinkedIn.
We talk about, and what happened?
Draymond, this is true. Draymond, I'm so glad you're here to confirm this, because you guys know Draymond is also in the construction field with a lot more experience. But he says, unless you have some connections in a certain industry, you will crawl before you walk or run. And still, it's a hustle game of being available to take on certain projects. I applaud you on that. Because it is so true. About who you know. It's about who you know. Hey, what's up, Charlie? Drone Psych. Oh shit. Scott says, hey, Lauren, I quit my job yesterday to become a full-time pilot.
Uh-oh.
You see, I looked away from the camera to keep from saying anything. I'm learning, Herman. I'm learning.
Uh-oh.
You know, I know you're joking around, Scott. Scott's
Uh-oh.
quit a job long time ago, if I'm correct. He's just messing around. But we're not trying to discourage you. We're trying to say if you plan on getting into any kind of drone related work, do the research. Do the freaking research. Because you have to learn a lot, and you're gonna have to learn a lot on the fly. And you can't just go to someone and say, "Excuse me, sir, can I fly my drone here for money?"
It doesn't matter.
It don't work like that.
It doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna make mistakes.
Click that like button if you haven't already. Yes. And we were told this while doing research. We were told guys are gonna make a lot of mistakes.
Oh, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
No, but Lawrence, going back to what you were talking about, the lineup of the show. And one of the reasons why I wanted to mention this about the DJI and adding the support of the Zenmuse L2, the LiDAR payload to the Matrice 300 and the 350 RTK.
Sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sharing is caring. Isn't that what the little stuffed Care Bears used to say, or at least one of them? Uh-oh. Okay, you there, Herman?
You see that guy? Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on. You kind of did the max headroom thing for a second, but you should be good now.
Didn't notice it.
All right, go ahead.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, as you said, the Care Bears. You see, they got canceled, right? All right.
Go ahead. We're back to the Zenmuse L2.
Yeah. What I was saying about this is that now you look at all of the line, right, of all of the DJI drones, right, from all of the enterprise drones. Now everything is fully loaded and complete. DJI drones fit into every level of, you know what I mean? There's something for every user along the way of DJI, from the enterprise level down to the consumer drone. You know, this would, and the problem we were talking, like I said, we're gonna talk about tonight with the
Hey, we'll get in, Charlie. Hold on to that question, because Charlie asks, what are our 2 top mistakes we made so far? Getting into hold on, because I may have to get a drink to answer that one. But getting back to what you're talking about, you were kind of max headrooming, and if people were seeing the same thing in the chat, put a 1. If you didn't see him max headrooming, meaning
what's good, man?
But let's get back to the Zenmuse. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with this new LiDAR camera that they have, right, and that being on this, having support for it now on these 2 drones, that completes everything that you would need for every level of everything, of every usage for DJI drones.
For LiDAR,
it's just crazy
outdoor.
That when we were going to talk about, like I said tonight, about that, it's this so-called ban on Chinese drones. It's a shame, because such good quality products for less than the products that we're seeing that are out there on
the best drones are the ones they want to ban.
Right. So, you've seen it in action. We all have seen this video with the camera. So, it's just, speaking on it. I just wanted to mention it, because
we'll bring this up again.
Even this controller has gotten, updates to it. So it's a nightmare.
It
That a
is. It
product
is.
like that
But
would probably never be used. And you know, and you look at all of those things, I know, all of those exemptions and stuff like that. It's just a workaround to be able to continue to use the same product that they've been using. I bet you in an emergency they're going to use it.
hey, Jim's droning says drones suck. Buy a scooter.
Oh, that's well. I mean, hey,
Hey,
I don't
View
know.
Chaser.
What do you think, Lawrence? Drones suck. Buy a scooter.
Well, hey, Jackson RC, what's up, Chris? I need to buy a scooter so I can fly my drone more. Except the thing is, I would rather, huh?
You know what? I know a guy, right, who bought a scooter for that same reason.
Yeah.
End up not being able to fly for a little while
See,
because of the scooter.
What? He got hit on it? What happened?
Well, you know the guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Stevie, what's good, man? How are you? Hope all is.
Stevie.
Click that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Less traffic in the air, Jim. If you don't buy it, you stop flying drones and get a scooter, right?
Well, there's a lot of traffic on the ground and there's a lot of objects on the ground. In the sky, it's wide open. You know,
True.
traffic.
There's less to hit up there than there is on the ground.
Right. Even though there are stuff that is down here on the ground, it seems to end up there somehow, somewhere.
This is true. This is true. But getting back to you, Charlie Mafia, drone psych, in answer to that question, Big Matt, what's good? I haven't flown in a while. Getting back to your question, we will answer that one. I have no problem. I'm sure Herman could come up with about 4 or 5.
I do remember his question, and
we'll get to that later on in the stream when we get to that section.
I'm just wondering with what came to mind to me. I don't know if it's actually a mistake, but it was something that, you know, I'll talk about it. But yeah, I was saying DJI drones. It's a shame with that, you know, a lot with that nonsense that's going on with that ban on that bill or whatever. And in a way, it's even hidden in a defense bill.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well, we will get into that defense bill because I understand what the United States is saying, but we wanted Ryan to be here. Like we mentioned, unfortunately, he will not be able to make it tonight, so the show must go on. So we will compensate by showing.
Doesn't really get too deep into it because, like I said, he was supposed to come on and discuss it and explain a few things about it more than what, you know, every average Joe knows, and from what they interpret from it, other than the fact that from what we do understand that it's buried in a defense bill, and it probably might not even get noticed.
This is true. Bill. This is true. Yeah, you know,
that's the biggest issue of it.
Right, but for every 10 bills that are written, 1 or 2 of them may get through. So we shall see. Herman is skipping.
I'm skipping?
Yeah, you were. You were. Whatever it is you're doing, stop doing it.
Well, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. It's this.
Oh, I know. It's right. One of those nights. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about.
Let me check something here to see if that'll clear it. If that clears it up.
Go ahead, because I'm refreshing the chat room anyway. I do that periodically, and that keeps me on point with numbers and stuff like that. Don't be a loser with that like button, Gary says.
All right. Now, how is that? Is that a little better?
At least look at the thumbnail. Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
That is better. A lot better.
Yeah, I think I knew what the problem was. I figured out the problem.
Okay, good,
Not to
good,
say
good.
that it won't happen again. I'm just
That's what we were saying. Herman and I don't usually discuss what we're doing personally. A lot of you guys know that. And as a consultation, or not consultation, as a medium for Ryan not coming on tonight, we were going to show some of the stuff that we have been doing in the construction area,
mm-hmm.
construction
But you
field
know what
later on.
what I what oh what I did want to mention though is
Yeah.
that I don't know if well you probably, and those of you who live here in New York and probably seen the local news, I don't know if it was broadcast anywhere else,
It
but
was on the news, several news stations,
son,
because someone called me and said, they're talking about drones on TV now, carrying
who
people. And I was like, yeah, okay.
who who
Someone
called
someone called me on the phone and said they saw a drone flying in Manhattan and explained it carried people, and that's the taxi of the future. And I was like, yeah, I know. Thank you for
hold
letting
on,
me.
but who called you when
Some
the news?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh well, Sunday, right? Right. Well, Sunday, right here in New York, right? You know, the manufacturer or eVTOL manufacturer, uh, what is it called? Joby.
Yes.
They took their first flight with their eVTOL right here in New York City, and along with Mayor Adams and at a Mayor Eric Adams at a press conference, they demonstrated their eVTOL over, I guess, what, the East River, taking off from the same
Was the East River. It's the actual same
same
heliport where
heliport,
Archer
right?
will be landing and
Right.
take
The
off
Archer
from
is going to
Newark
be landing
Airport.
and taking off too from that
Now,
same
these
heliport.
photos, hold on real quick before you go on. These photos that you see in the distance are
Mhm.
people who were not invited but took video and shots from across the river that were in Brooklyn and other places.
Well, this video actually is
The compilation.
well, it's actually came from from Joby's site themselves.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. But this
and
is the actual
this
flight
yeah,
that took it actually went down on Sunday, which a lot, if you're a drone pilot in New York, Sunday is the best time to fly, Sunday evening. And you can tell this is in the afternoon because the sun is on the left side of the
is that right?
eVTOL, that it's sometime in the afternoon. But getting to the point I'm making, as a drone pilot in New York City, Sunday is the best time to fly and get shots in Manhattan because all of the helicopters are refueling for work on Monday morning.
Well, this would have
And
been
plus, this was a
they
no-fly zone.
they would have been involved in knowing that this was taking place. Right?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, everybody knew what was going down with this.
Well,
I'm just surprised that they didn't say anything. Well, knowing our mayor, there's a reason he didn't say.
well, the press conference was to actually announce the shuttle that is going to take place from the East River at the heliport to JFK Airport.
Yes,
As you
yes.
know, like we said, Archer is going to be going to Jersey to the airport from
Right. From and taking off from the same heliport that
now
this one plans on going to JFK from.
this uh plane here that or helicopter or whatever you want to call it,
Tall.
eVTOL. Yeah, well, you would call it whatever you want to call it. All I'm saying to you is that it flies up to about 200 miles per hour, they say. So what they're claiming is to JFK from that heliport is about 7 minutes.
That must be real nice.
Now that right now they're claiming at a price of looking at $200. They were saying guesstimated
$200 to ride for 7 minutes, I'd pay it. Because by the time you pick up speed from Manhattan and clear the buildings, you're already landing. If it gets up to about 200 miles per hour.
Really?
If it even gets, if from that distance, I don't see it.
Good.
I don't see it hitting 200 miles per hour. I think that's more or less a max speed of it. But I see it doing more about 150, 170.
I just
still for 7 minutes.
I just still say, bro. I just still say it's a rich man's taxi because
I would do it once for $200. L to the year.
When would I have to be at JFK that fast that
I wouldn't. I'd get off I'd leave the airport and then go to the beach. Pass all that traffic and everything. That's yeah, for real.
Go to the beach.
Yep, go right to the beach. Get on the train, ride 2-3 stops, and I'm at the beach. No crowd, no nothing. Hey, Waypoint.
You know what? I hope that thing lands far away from where you got to get off to get up.
Oh, you see, that's messed up. Frank Rizzo, that means you're driving home. Hey, what's up, Dan? Dan, drone worship. I'd rather just ride my ballistic missile with rubber wheels. Oh, your motorcycle, your pocket rocket.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like I said, I just think it's another.
The big match is how come they can fly and we can't?
Well, you can fly back.
Point yet.
You can fly. You just gotta, look out.
True. You'll have to look out for things like that pretty soon.
Hey,
eventually, how are you?
Eventually, they'll figure it out, and then everybody would be able to co-inhabit the same. Skyways. I mean, your drone might dip a little bit while you're flying, but come back up.
And not because you want it to.
Right. It might lead to the right.
If you're flying somewhere and one of those happens to be in the area, you're gonna hear, just like it says, aircraft in area, fly with caution. You're gonna hear aircraft in area, fly with caution, and your drone is either gonna raise up and more than 9 times out of 10 lower down to get out of its.
You think so? I don't think so.
With the UTMs?
I don't think it'll come to that yet. I'm hoping.
Well, not right away. I hope not either.
I'm hoping that there never comes.
What's good, Ray Kelly?
To where you're flying your drone and your drone just goes and does what they wanted to. No, I hope it never comes to that.
This is true. This is true. But we have a good live stream tonight. We're actually ad-libbing as we are because Ryan will not be able to come on tonight because of personal matters. Lawrence, why, dude, you still call me drone worship? Because that's when I started following you, man. That's when you were mad at Hubson and all that. I remember all of that shit.
Well, once Lars gets...
And plus, I fixed shit hasn't gone on me yet. Huh?
Once Lars gets to calling you something or saying something one way, that's it. It's done. It's in stone.
It's recorded to the hard drive.
It can't be erased. That's it.
I'm not that bad, man.
What?
For landing over water. I'm not that bad. Now, Dan, I will tell you, if I'm ever working someplace and the police or the feds run up in there and everyone's computers get confiscated, I'll probably be the only one that walks out with a clean computer.
No, you won't.
That's all I'm going to say.
Not unless you keep a bottle of bleach and 10 magnets, big magnets next to you.
Well, yeah. Well, if they got money to do that, but I'm saying at least
still,
they may put out a warrant for me, but that day I'll go home. Ray Kelly says it's his last night in New York for a while. He's one of those summer those winter birds that I know that lives down in Florida.
This your last night in where in New York?
New York. He's
You mean
going.
you
He's
mean you
going
were
down to
here in New
Florida.
York, right? Right? And you never thought to like hit me up or say like, you know, you want to come fly, you know, I got a secret location over and you know. I know you was flying. I know you was flying.
Herman, could you
Yeah.
possibly give me about 3 minutes
To
to
go
take care
where?
of something? To take care of something.
All right.
All right. Hey, Barkley, what's up, you lurkers?
Barkley. Yeah, Captain Ray. What's going on, man? You're leaving town. They're kicking you out? Or you can't take the cold? I'm sorry. Well, yeah. No, Lawrence was talking a lot about Joby. And for me, like I said, I think it's just another rich man's toy. It's not something that the average guy is gonna be using ever. Just like those helicopters that they were using to do the same damn thing. Nobody was using that I know. You had to have money for that. A lot of money. And I see this being the same thing. You know, the mayor talks this good game about it being a way for jobs. Yeah, I get it. But right now these things have a pilot and 4 passengers. So where's the jobs coming in? Maybe what, keeping the terminal intact? You're still gonna have to be a pilot to do this.
Okay, I'm back.
And
Sorry
that's
about
gonna be
that.
interesting to see how that works out.
Herman, you guys, I mean, those guys have to have a meetup in Calvert Vaux again. Ray Kelly, if we could fit in a meetup between personal life, work, and this drone business, we'll do it. And I haven't even mentioned personal
Right.
time to fly.
If I plan another meetup at Calvert Vaux, right?
He'll be in Florida anyway.
Not at the time that I'm gonna plan the meetup. It'll be warm here again.
Gary says head down to Florida with Ray. But then who's going to work here in New York?
Head down to Florida with Ray. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. No, but yeah.
Deneen says, what's up, Herman?
Hey, what's going on, Deneen?
Corey, what's good, man?
It was just another one of, I guess, the mayor's things to bring to drive business or whatever into New
Corey
York.
Says he's trying to use border jumpers as pilots.
Who?
Corey says he's trying to use border jumpers as pilots. Mayor Adams. We'll get into that at another time. You got it though, right? Okay. That's a little cynical.
we don't talk politics.
Oh, Lawrence, don't say the 4-letter word in front of Ray. Okay. I apologize.
What 4-letter word?
Come to Florida, it's lame and the drugs are mediocre. What I Big Shit says. Well,
no, but what happened though? He said, well, hold on. You got me now. What happened now? We're coming to Florida. What? Hold on.
Dan, I think it says come to Florida. It's lame and has drugs. And the drugs are mediocre. Oh no. Yo, Herman, do I have time to go make a drink real quick? I just got to pour something in the cup.
You making? Knock yourself out. I was just
all right. Hey, Angel, what's good?
I was just talking about your rich man's toy and his ploy to bring more business into to New York. He's scrambling for money if he's not begging. And that's when you came. Yo, make it drink.
Last damn turn.
That's when you said something about the fact that he was using water jumpers for pilots. No, that sounds like he wants to turn the shit into an amusement park ride. And then this is not something that's cheap and simple. You're talking about people's lives in these things. So that sounded crazy. Especially Lawrence's idea of what he said, border jumpers. That's rough. That's rough. That's a rough description of it. And how they say it, a politically incorrect description.
Okay, well, before we go on any further, we got to get in a drop and a shot. That's where I had to go. The sponsors were in my ear. I got my Bluetooth on.
But I was addressing your border jumpers.
Oh, okay.
And how that wasn't
expect free to come out of left field like that. That kind of threw me for a curve right there. But it was
that wasn't a respectable term.
Okay, and I apologize for repeating. Yeah. I apologize for repeating it. Actually, Ray, that's going on out in Far Rockaway. What? I've invited you out there a couple of times. You see, where's the picture down behind? Where's that work going on behind me? They've been widening the beaches for it's going to take them a couple of years to go 8 miles, but they're actually creating new jetties and stuff like that and etc.
You ought to go check it out, Captain Ray. You can get some good shots of those.
It don't matter. He won't be here. He's going to Florida.
Well, it'll be here when he gets back.
Listen, we got to play homage to the sponsors.
It all depends on when he gets back. The sponsors could wait a few seconds. I mean,
he's not coming back for a minute. He's leaving tomorrow, right? Right, Ray?
When are you coming back, Ray?
When it's warm again.
Oh, well, all right. The beach will be open then.
Yeah, they'll still be working out there, Ray. They've been doing it for going on a year and a half now.
Okay.
In fact, correct. This winter will make 2 years. Yeah, about January, February. Yeah.
We were out there last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So carry on what you were saying.
Anyway, we have to pay homage to our sponsor, because if we don't, our sponsors.
Was it like when those guys are sponsored by those guys?
Our sponsors, how would you say, get angry with us.
I forgot. That's
right. That was our drop and a shot.
The drop and a shot.
And this right here.
Back in effect.
Can't it, but shall be going quickly.
That's going to be going on in effect through the holidays. And I guess, the holidays is coming up. And
yes,
the stocking stuffers, I guess, coming up. All right. You guys gonna be doing a lot of stocking stuff in this holiday. What new drones came out, right? And who might be getting what drone? You might need some accessories to stock up your stuff. Stuff up your stocking.
A lot of drones out there.
So who knows what might be given away on different streams, but
this is true. The holidays are coming. We know you guys that do live
coming up, right?
should be having a few giveaways and stuff like that. I'm sure we will have a few as well.
Thanksgiving is next, right?
Hey, Joe Black, if we don't do it, who will?
Turkey.
Promotion with a smile.
What happened?
Joe Black goes self-promotion with a smile. I said, hey, if we don't do it, who will?
Well, you know what?
Not anyone out there advertising for us.
You know what? That's all right.
I know that's all right. We've been doing it this long.
The commercial is coming next on television.
Oh
Watch.
yeah, yeah. Joe Black, we're working on a commercial.
Keep an
It'll
eye
fit in
out for it.
seamlessly with wipes and everything.
Keep a
Might
lookout for the
car chasing
commercial.
down the street. Who knows? Following it with a drone. We have no idea, but something's coming good. Something
What
good
is
is
this?
coming.
Yellow Road. What? Yellow Road Jones?
I don't think I'm going to eat turkey for Thanksgiving because there are too
I'm
many
not.
drone pilots who are turkeys that might be considered cannibalism. Wow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, unless you are a turkey, then maybe not. How do you see it, Lawrence?
You won't have to worry about it.
What are you doing? You know what
Hmm?
it looks like? Okay. You
I
see the
can't
line,
on the camera.
huh?
Okay, over the camera some.
It looks like you keep bobbing down below the line of the camera
Oh,
and
I
hiding.
just no. I'm leaning forward to type, so
Oh, okay. That's what it
I have
is.
very limited space here. So I'm trying to make it work. Ray Kelly, safe travels to you. Seriously, all jokes aside, when you get
Yeah,
down,
Ray.
um,
If you were going far, I would tell you to check out the duty free, but you're not going that far. So safe trip, man. Let us know when you get down there and get your bag after after you get down there.
I'd like to see that, Dan. A billboard with your face on it,
Uh-oh.
not a Photoshop.
A billboard with his face on it. You can actually do that.
He says he's working on purchasing a highway billboard with my right on the main end, with my own right on the main entrance to
Oh, Chris
Florida.
Hope, what's going on, man? Long time. How you doing? You know what, Lawrence? You can actually do that in Times Square. There's
Yes, yes, you
yeah,
can.
set of those billboards where you can buy like a portion of it or the whole thing. It's they say it's reasonable when you look into it, and the reasonable part of it,
What's
kind of
reasonable?
sorta. I mean, if you're doing something serious, I guess it's kind of reasonable.
Damn, they want 8,000 on a billboard for a month. Wow.
Listen, telling you, you wish you owned the building, right?
Now, see, now I'm thinking work related. If I'm going to drop 8K, I'm going to add a 9 to that and then get a 30T.
Now, here's the thing. You ever see how billboard sites?
Mhm.
Well, why is certain areas like you'll see certain buildings will have billboards and the other one won't?
Good
Because
question.
it's been researched and the angle in which the streets are moving and the way people down the streets are where the
Close.
best viewing angles of the area.
Like along the Gowanus and places like that.
No, like
Just
places
travel.
like Times Square, you look, if you ever notice, even in your neighborhood, I don't know if you notice or not, there are certain buildings have billboards on them.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be oblivious to the fact that
Oh,
because
that's a 2-year
you
contract.
see it all the time.
Right.
It's just like what I was telling you with like shooting like a house or something like that. When you go into like a room, what's the first thing that catches your eye
It
when you
depends
walk
on
in
the
that
home.
room?
It's usually
Well,
the
it doesn't
window.
matter. What's the first thing that catches your eye? Boom. That's where you set your camera. So it's the same thing with a billboard site. They've already researched as to how much traffic passes here.
Our boy from New Jersey, we did some work for. Mr. Wheatley. They put up billboards. His company does billboards. Remember, we did some work for them, and the site was where a billboard was going up next to a building. That work that we did was actually for a billboard project.
Put it up.
Yeah, yeah. Dan, if you get a billboard up in Florida, I want to see it, man.
Put it up. Yeah, and companies like McDonald's and them, they do that kind of research before a restaurant is even put in that area.
Yeah, right. Ever notice how you
Traffic
see
comes
a
through here.
McDonald's sign on the highway from miles away? Purposeful advertising.
What happened?
Yeah, I said, you ever notice how you can see a McDonald's logo or a sign from a mile away or so? Or in the middle of nowhere, you'll see golden arches.
Uh-huh.
It's advertising.
Really?
It's the tallest thing in the area.
You, well, it's a lot to be said about that. That's not. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along.
Yeah. Hang on. Talking about the holidays, Black Friday.
Yeah. Black Friday. There is some Black Friday stuff happening with DJI. And if you guys are interested in anything on this Black Friday sales, jump on it. What's going on with the Black Friday sales? I don't want you to share
right here. They have a few things here actually. From what I've seen.
What they got?
Up to 30% off on the Avata. They have a lot of stuff. The Action 3. There's quite a few things here. There's a Mini 4 Pro. The price is $1,099, coming with the RC2 controller. Notice. Then they have the Osmo 3 Creator Combo for $669. What does that come with? We can click on that in a second. But this is what I'm paying attention to. Not that I want one or plan on getting one. I will not fly a DJI drone until it's on an FPV carbon fiber frame. And I'm sticking.
This was actually a great drone for DJI.
Top tier. This is a great drone. I've seen a lot of people in the world of FPV because of this drone that may have never entered the world of FPV.
Well, truthfully speaking, I think the DJI should explore the Avata market and see what they can do to maybe open up their own little, like how.
Oh, the Mini 3's on sale too.
Like how you had the what was that, the Mavic series went out to and embrace the whole.
Hold on. Stop the recording.
What happened?
$339, the Mini 2 SE.
Jump on it.
Need I say any more? This is all kind of stuff they're giving out. Okay, $519 on the goggles too.
Look out.
You know what? You want to know what I found out? And what I'm hearing from a lot of people? Version of goggles that I have, the V2 goggles actually have slightly better transmission for distance than these goggles here. Keep in mind, these goggles have patch antennas here, and they have the omnidirectional here, but I'm happy I did not invest in these. And if you fly FPV and you beg to differ, I would like to hear your opinion on these goggles. But there's a lot of stuff. There's Action 3, $279 for it. All of this stuff is supposed to be 30% off. Hold on, there's something else here, even more.
No, seriously?
R3 combo with the RC2 controller.
Jump on it.
$1,500. But $1,500, that's that classic price, right? The classic price. And I'm joking.
The classic price of what it was originally.
Yep. Follow where I'm going. That's what it was originally. I know. Follow where I'm going. When the Air 3S comes out. Watch what the price may be. $1,500, $1,600. I'm hoping and praying.
Keep talking about this Air 3S.
Here, look. You can get the RC controller.
What is this, like the Field of Dreams? If you speak on it, it will.
Field of Dreams. If I dream about it, it'll happen. That's what you're saying.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
That is the case with DJI.
Wait, you guys got to check it out. I'm not going to scroll through all this shit.
What? No, but seriously, the Avata, right? DJI should explore coming out with another one, a slightly better design.
Hold it. Who said too many products on sale? No, never, Big Matt. Never too many products, because if they got stuff on sale, that means next year is going to be the bomb.
Well, truthfully speaking, right? Look at what they have on sale, right? When you talk about that Action 3, right? The Action 3 is so good that it's the slight differences between that and the new one.
Listen, $279. I may get one.
What? The Action 3?
Right here. It's funny you mentioned that, Herman. Remember we were talking about that? I have Action 3 molds right here. There it is.
Okay, so
what the Action 3? I'm ready.
The Action 3 is inside.
As a birthday / Christmas gift to myself, I may do that. I may take on and
knock yourself out.
No, I need a new FPV camera, and I'm not going to lie, because all my GoPro.
The Action 3 got better video than what you're doing, what you're using.
I know, and that's what I said. My GoPro shit is outdated. I don't have nothing new on the GoPro tip. So if I'm gonna get something new, why not get an Action 3?
Okay. Well, there's
hold on, let me check, Dan.
There's a couple of them laying around. If you're gonna get it, then get it with the extra batteries.
Yeah, you're right. I did see it came with batteries and a dual charging.
What happened?
I did see a kit with the Action 3 and a dual.
The same kit that they came out with originally. Now with when they dropped the new one, is the same one that I got with the 3 originally and I told you before. I told you before to get that. Because
you did. You said get the Action 3.
Sitting there.
I'm a GoPro man. You know what?
I'm gonna get the box out for you. Blow the dust off the box. It's been sitting here.
I know. Herman's been pushing me, guys, to use the Action 3.
100 videos.
I have no excuses, so check it out. To show that I'm planning ahead, I have 2 3D prints. Wait a minute, for the Action 3. Okay, one will go on a bird that you'll see a video we'll show later on that I fly FPV when flying construction sites. But one's going on that bird.
The inferior camera.
I'll have Herman's camera in it.
What happened? You're gonna do one with what? You're gonna have what? One drone with what?
Now you. Well, you said you had an Action 3. You've had it for a while. We've only barely had a chance to play with it.
This guy is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, Ryan will not be on tonight, unfortunately. Hey, Michael Blade, sorry if I didn't say what's up to you in the chat. I had multiple windows open. Late pilot.
Michael, what's good? What's going on?
As a consultation, what is that?
Like pilot, what's going on, bro?
All right. As a substitute for Ryan not being on, we're actually going to show some of the stuff that we've been doing, we've been doing in the construction field. But that's later on in the live stream.
Wow. Attempting.
Tempting what? What's tempting?
He said attempting.
I corrected myself and said have been doing.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what, Lawrence?
Yeah.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I understand. I totally understand.
No, because we came on the live stream earlier. For those of you who have just gotten here or gotten here late,
when you said attempting,
if you're planning on getting into a drone business, It's not as easy as they make it out to be, and we're speaking from personal experience.
Attempting.
Right? Hmm?
No, you're right. I'm just saying, you said what we're attempting to do. I said attempting. Oh, okay.
It's done.
I'm still stuck on the word attempting. That's all.
All right.
My
All
bad.
right. Apologize. What we have done. What we have done. Okay, hold on.
One of us has made a gross error.
And that was me. So
No, I'm just
correct
saying.
myself. I will correct myself and say the shit that we've been doing ain't fucking easy.
No, I'm just saying.
All right. All right. That's where I'm going with it. I've been for alcohol, and we just gonna say it like that.
What happens?
I was trying to be nice.
What happens when he gets the moonshine?
Oh, stop. That ain't happening again.
No more moonshine?
Nope.
What episode was that?
I don't know what episode it is, but if you go back, we were on Herman's live stream.
Was it on my live stream?
He gave me some moonshine, and it was the holidays, and I fucked up.
This was like over 2-3 years ago. 2 years.
Yeah, it was about 2.5, almost. It might have been 3 winters ago. Might have been easy 3 winters ago.
That wasn't on?
You can find that live stream. Hold on. What were we?
Christmas time?
I can find that live stream. We gotta come up with something, Herman. What are we gonna do?
What was that, around Christmas time? I don't even remember.
It was around Christmas, which helps define the search. Thanks a lot.
Was it around Christmas time?
It was. It was the holiday time. Yes, it was.
Yeah. And you drank what, the 3 little bottles of the moonshine?
Someone gave me
after drinking something else?
3 bottles that were about 6 ounces of moonshine. Let me explain. First of all, the only thing peppermint I like is the smell of it. Okay, but it gave me 1 peach moonshine that size and 2 peppermint. I remember this well. And I drank the peach one, and I was good. I was good. Hadn't never drank moonshine before in my life. And Herman was like, it's the holiday, dropping a shot, hey, or whatever was going on. And I opened those other 2 peppermints, and all I remember was slurring by the end of the night.
Well, you know that's going to happen again, right? This year, right?
You know what? It might be kind of fun. Might bring the numbers up. Might get some people up in here. Might get our numbers up to about 40 or 60.
What happens? Let's see. Let me see. Christmas, right? Falls on a Monday this year, right? Whoa.
Yeah. So if it falls on a Monday.
Yeah. The 20th would be our last stream before
Christmas.
Right. And
see, Gary says, where's the 6 o'clock drop in the shot?
So what happened?
Gary says, where's the 6 o'clock drop in the shot? Gary, I don't know if you've been noticing, but I've been dropping a shot and while we've been talking. Shit. Anyway, back to the format.
So yeah, what was it? Our Christmas show will be what, the 20th?
Yep.
Of December. So the drop in the shot will be in effect. What are we looking at? What, every half hour, 15 minutes? What?
Yep, every half hour we will be doing a drop in the shot. The holiday. That'll be real fun.
He went to half hour real quick.
I know better now. Shit.
And we'll have the big Christmas giveaway for those, for the guys, I mean, I'm trying to figure out Wednesday, would that Wednesday we be able to get stuff out before Christmas?
No. You asked. So we'll have it 2 weeks before.
No.
It's the only way it's going to get there with all the packaging and delays.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, okay. We'll have a Christmas giveaway, but you'll get it for the new year.
Oh, Lawrence will be express shipping all of that stuff to your house.
Oh, Big Mac. I did not fall asleep with the computer on. Stop it. Stop starting the shit.
Oh, you remember that one too, right? Or was that the same
I
street?
have never fallen asleep with the computer on.
You said you didn't remember turning it off.
That I did say. I did not remember
Okay.
the computer down.
What's the
I
difference?
did have to eat something really quick after that live stream. I know that.
Right.
Disclaimer and then go for it. Hold on, Herman.
The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat.
Okay, I'm cleared.
Is that right?
I'm cleared. Let's get back to format.
Yo, you remember I told you they had a firmware update, right?
Yep.
Well, this one came up hot today when I found out that was a new release of firmware for the M30 remote control that improves the stability.
Yes.
Yeah, not much, nothing major, nothing new on the aircraft, but they do change the RC Plus remote control firmware update from version hold on a second before I start coughing and
Okay.
Lawrence because of my throat cracking. But
It's that hairball.
yeah, it's going from version 02.02.04.05 to version
9 or 9
to version 02.02.05.07. These 0 point numbers here.
right, C3. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, seriously, they be driving me crazy sometimes. And I guess that the update on the pilot app to the version 8.0.0.38 So if you feel like pointing that out, that
Okay.
was what the pilot app was updated. So it improves the stability on using the drone. So
Right.
but sometimes it's funny because sometimes these drones have bugs that us the consumers don't even notice, and other people might notice it, and even with testing it, they've even found it and saw it and figured it out how to get that bug out of it. So
hey, Marcel. Marcel's there. Anyway,
yeah, okay, Marcel. All right.
It's good. Updates are good. Updates are really good. My problem is let me rephrase this and think about this, but we are becoming a society that relies on updates.
Really?
The coffee maker is only pouring on the left side of the cup. We have to update it. You understand what I'm saying?
Things like I said this to you a long time ago, and that I think was one of the things that happened with like in the industry with rush to get the product out, and we'll be able to figure it out later and fix it. Years ago, the product that you put out was what it was until we came out with another one. The product that you put out, you stood behind that product for years, and it was good quality. Now everything that you put out requires a firmware update. Everything, almost every electronic requires a firmware update now, right out the box.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true. This is very true. But No, go ahead. I just needed to close the window down.
No, what I'm saying is that what you're saying about updates are good. Yeah, updates are good because the product that you were promised, you won't actually get to use it properly until the end of the year when the final update comes out that improves all of the bugs.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, you know what? People complain about updates, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I come back from a time when PCs used to use a floppy silicone disk, like a record, to
You
to
have
to
one to
load
show us, see.
computers, to load computers. Okay, and there were always updates. Microsoft, IBM did it way back in the 80s when they came out with DOS version 1.0. Then it went to 1.1, 1.2. DOS went as high as fucking 7.0. Okay, there were always updates. So live with them. Plain and simple.
Well, who's got a problem with updates?
Hey, John Coopy, what's up? No, you did not miss Ryan. Ryan is not coming on tonight because of personal issues or personal issues. And we are willing to share a little bit of what it takes to be in the construction, well, not what it takes to be in the construction business, in the drone service provider business. Did I word that right?
Well, I was just going to.
I'm trying to word things carefully because I'm like on my last shot right here.
I was just trying to. Well, I was going to just share some of the stuff that we were doing because, Lawrence and I, like we had missed the South Florida drone meetup
Because
because of some of the things that we were working on, and one of the things that we were working on, I did want to share some of the stuff that we were doing for the company that we were doing it for because they did allow us to share some of the stuff even on our own social media platforms if we wanted to, because in a lot of contracts that you have with these people, there's things that they don't want shared and there's things that they don't even want spoken about on their property. And they're not that strict about it, but there are like things that they want the photos and stuff like that for themselves, and they don't want it to be broadcasted everywhere. So there's things like that, but it's like, or if something was to happen on the site that
which we've encountered that they don't want in the news.
they don't want you like, oh, well, this was on the site, at such and such. They don't want stuff like that. So
basically, they didn't want drones in the air or recordings of certain situations that may make them look bad.
Yeah.
Or certain situations where something may have happened and we could have sold the footage to a news station and got paid, but we didn't.
So what they just say is that no, so they know across the board any footage of the areas that belong to us. There's just things like that.
That's true. That is true.
We were talking about that remote control, right? And stability. Yeah, we got past that, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I did want to mention that we did use one time, and it's just something. It was because at the time it was introduced as a free platform that guys could play around with, and we did have a chance to play around with it a little bit. And I see that they're back offering because they have a new platform, which is SkyBrowse. Like I said, they're back with a new platform for.
You may want to pay attention to this if you're thinking about getting into mapping and drone services.
That SkyBrowse is offering that they're launching a free rapid 2D aerial mapping software, and it's free. And the difference between SkyBrowse and a lot of other people, and well, SkyBrowse actually marketed in the direction of the same that everyone else is marketing towards, mainly in the search and rescue and like accident reconstruction and stuff like that. But with them, the difference with them is that instead of using a series of photos, they actually create these 3D models out of video. So whereas that your drone would normally fly like grid patterns,
Yes, yes,
and take photos along that grid pattern or on an angle
mhm.
Taking these photos and in these grid patterns.
And we actually have footage and stuff we could show you from SkyBrowse.
This SkyBrowse, hold on a second. SkyBrowse actually flies like an orbit of the area, taking series of video.
It's funny you say that.
Mhm.
Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast, because you guys, like I said, are thinking about getting into mapping, and you want to know what it takes to do a 2D map or a 3D map. SkyBrowse, like Herman said, has another free trial. Now, when I experimented with SkyBrowse, or we played around with SkyBrowse to see what it can do, that was their first trial. Isn't this their second free trial?
Yeah, because this is a new platform for you to be able to make 3D map, not 3D, but 2D
two-dimensional
maps. So this is totally free. It's rapid, fast, quick, and easy to do. This one is totally free, unlike the other one that was just a trial for one of their paid
3D mapping
for their paid product.
Right. But anyway, if I can take it from here, I can show them some of the things. One of the things that I personally did, we had shown one time before on a live stream where we had did a 3D model of a park. Well, my objective with this project here was one day, I didn't even tell Herman I was doing it, but the subscription was about to run out and I figured I would try it. And my objective was to actually find an area that I could take a image of using SkyBrowse, and I use my Air 2S. I'll go in to show you everything that I'm talking about. And I was actually able to pull off what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to measure a rooftop. And I'll pull up SkyBrowse. This is actually my account. It's called freemium because it's free. Okay, on a second.
How free is it?
Signed in. But this right here, what SkyBrowse does is, you see this map right here on the right-hand side? You can see that, Herman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. SkyBrowse, if you follow the mouse, starts here. And it does 2 orbits. Using video, it creates 3D imaging, which is supposed to be the new technology under LiDAR. All right. But it starts here and goes clockwise in this inner loop all the way around. Then it stops and backs out and raises higher at a different angle and changes the camera angle. And I'll be able to show you this in the video on the left. And then it does this orbit, this outer orbit at a different angle, and then stops, and then you're able to bring it home and process it. Now, this is the actual footage of what the drone did while recording this video. And I will show you the 3D image as well. But this is the first orbit. My idea was I wanted to measure this rooftop down to every square inch. And in order to do it, SkyBrowse told me that I need to be at this altitude, and this is the perfect angle. The circle that I do is just covering the outer perimeter of this rooftop here. Now, if you notice, it moves back some. It actually goes higher and back away. Now, like I mentioned, I only wanted the rooftop for measuring because the trial version that we had allowed you to use the tools to measure areas, fields and stuff like that. I guess so they can kind of get you open, Herman. Anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about.
I'm here listening to you.
Orbit right here. It's stopping. right about here, and that's it. Now, if I hit escape, that's this pattern it did. It did the smaller circle, backed out, and did the outer circle, and this is the 3D model right here. Now, this trial has disabled freemium measurements. Guides are disabled. That was with the free version, but this is the actual roof right here. And before they got rid of that service, I would have been able to measure this roof from this point here to this point and so on. Let me zoom out. But as you see, when we were using it, Herman, even though I focused on the roof, it still caught some of the images in 3D, which looked like crap because I was focused on the roof. If you notice, the only sharp image is the roof.
Right.
Exactly my point.
Right.
Exactly my point. But if you guys want to try it, now they have a 2D version, which will give you this image. It won't give you the 3D image. It will give you a 2-dimensional image of, and I'm sorry, I can't see the chat to answer any questions or anything like that because I have this window and I'm sharing. But SkyBrowse, I've been a free member since their first trial.
Well, I'll tell you this: if you're going to use SkyBrowse, it's interesting that it can be done, and okay, because a lot of guys want to be able to.
Go on. I'm going to show some other stuff while you're talking.
Certain drones that should not be used for making maps and models, and because this is using video.
Yes,
this might be an angle for some people to get some decent stuff. I mean, it's your choice.
Interested to see what it's
your choice
as far as mapping and modeling. Now, like I said, this is my account. The last time we had showed this, Herman and I had showed. Oh shit!
The 2D version that's for free, and that's just going to be a free service. I don't know seriously. If you want to go with that, but they're offering it.
The homepage I was trying to find, but was having issues because I haven't been on here a while, and they changed it a little. This one here was actually a rooftop. It was a video of a rooftop. Now, I'm assuming that the errors that I found, and like I said, I was playing around with this, so I'm admitting I didn't know what I was doing, but I wanted to play with it and get the experience. This is the model right here of a rooftop that I did on another building, and the map view is actually this. This is what you see in the drone right here. This is what I wanted, this structure here and the piping and tubing. Like I said, if you're thinking about getting into drone services, do the research. This is exactly what the drone saw, and then it's going to back out. And I'm almost done in case you guys are dying from boredom, but it's something if you want to learn something other than just fucking taking pictures, or you're considering getting into drone service business. Now it raised up again and it adjusted the camera. And if I'm correct, it's going to orbit around one more time, but I'm going to stop it. I stopped the sharing. Damn. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a second. This is right here. It's back. This is the model. Is it perfect? No, but it served its purpose. It gave me the experience to know what it was. Now there's a hole, big ass hole right here, but it did catch other stuff like the fan grates and the wiring and things like that. If you've never had the experience doing mapping, here's your chance to play around with this shit. It's free. There's not a whole lot free in the drone community. That's all I'm saying. See,
it's a nice little tool. I mean, that's not the same platform. I think the platform that they're giving away for free is something a little dumbed down.
3D platform. You're right, Herman. Thank you for correcting me.
When you have the paid version of it, it's just another way of creating the same images.
Quick cat, actually, SkyBrowse.
Like I said, you can actually use some of your drones that
answer some of these questions in here,
It
but
can be, like your smaller drones to do this. Like Lawrence did those with the Air
with
2S.
yes, I have a
You can use an Air 2S to do this because it's
someone
being
else
using
can use a
video.
Mavic 3. I do not know, but I will put the SkyBrowse page. I know you could use the Air 2S. You can use several of the different Mini 2 versions. I maybe the Mini 3 Pro. So quick cat,
23 is probably, if you, it'll
so you
probably
take
work.
go and plug it in. No, SkyBrowse has an app that you download and you run the software, and the software will give you options to highlight the area that you want to map or record. In which case, you would select those options and on your tablet or phone, and it will run the program. Now they're only offering the two-dimensional service
For free.
for free. Now, keep in mind, if you want to know how much SkyBrowse cost a month, and of course, they did say the graphics and everything would look a lot better for the paid version, of course, but it's $300 a month.
Which is not bad.
Now, Off Axis says he wants to 3D print a model of the mountains he fly at. So now you would be able to use this program, Marcel, to map the area for free where you fly, but only two-dimensionally. Which, if you wanted to print a 3D model, you may have to pay for it, unfortunately. But I just thought we would show this.
Well,
And
none of that type of software is cheap, or if you want to use that word, they're all pretty costly to use those subscriptions and those platforms.
This is very
no matter
true.
which one you get into. Some of them are a little less expensive than others, but without a doubt, most of them are pretty
I'm
costly.
gonna get a refill. I told you about the free one. It's good. Yes, Jody did mention. Jody did mention it. I want to find a company who wants that data and will pay me and the app for it.
Who? What? Who's free?
I want to find a company who wants that data and will pay me and the app for it. Meaning, if he were to pay for $300 a month for Skype,
right? Exactly.
Let me go get a refill.
No, you're exactly right. But as far as just purchasing it to try to play around with it and do something like that, if it's something that you are going to be able to use and leverage for business wise, then it's just a write-off. I mean, it's all part of what your cost to operate, and it's all involved in your billing, as well as like your insurance or anything else, how much time you spend and how your gas that you're using.
Hey, Dynasty Drones.
Wherever you're going, all of those things are included in like what.
Yes, it is. Quick Cat also asks, is it using their hardware? Yes. Let me explain. Once you download, whether you're using a tablet or an RC Pro with Skype
software,
because you have to be able to download their app and log in with your drone. I use my Air 2S. What happens is it saves it to the SD card. You take that SD card home and you upload it from the SD card or download it into your computer and upload it faster. To SkyBridge, they claim it takes an hour. They claim it,
SkyBrowse.
SkyBrowse. They claim it takes an hour. Usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour. And they will send you an email saying your video is processed and you can log into your account. It's free. I mean, what the hell? I mean, come on, man.
But that's just the 2D version of it. The 3D version of it is
people may have work for two-dimensional. They may want to measure an area.
Well, the reason why I stress the 3D one is because, like I said, guys are using minis and stuff like that to work with, and this might be better for you doing video as opposed to trying to do photo. You understand what I'm saying with something like that? All right.
Yeah. So, hey, Ray of Sunshine. So it's free. Actually, I will do this for you
Which
guys.
might even have they may even have a free trial for you just starting out with the 3D version of it. You know, I don't
No,
know.
no,
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 not
no,
for the first time.
no,
For
no.
first
Right
time
now, for
users.
free, you're only getting two-dimensional. You're only getting 2D.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I did try to sign. I did try to see if the 3D version was working. There's nothing 3D in it. I'm pulling this up because I want to give you guys a SkyBrowse link,
Well,
and you can go there yourself. You have to download the app. Let's go to SkyBrowse. I'm sure models owned. You guys won't be able to. You know what? The hell with that. Hold on. A regular Google and hit SkyBrowse. I'll be giving them the link with where I'm signed in at.
Well, you still had something to share with SkyBrowse.
Yes, yes, yes. For those of you who wanted to see what you can do with SkyBrowse, this is it for the paid version. Watch this here. And this is a created crime scene. So don't think this is a cheap fucking app, because I know people that use it and they're doing quite okay. Should I play with sound? Yeah, why not?
Does it have sound on it? I didn't know it had sound.
Now, this is a man-made crime scene, but after it's mapped, you can do this. It found a 9mm gun shell. There's a victim. This is your worst case scenario, but you can do this with SkyBrowse, paid version.
Well, this is what I was mentioning to you
Edit.
before. This was more directed towards police departments and people who work in this field.
Law
Be
enforcement.
able to do those, to be able to do those measurements, be able to pinpoint out stuff like what you mentioned about 9mm shells, measure distance, because they can recreate accident scenes.
Exactly, and you're not flying your drone at a crime scene unless you're law enforcement.
Right.
But that's pretty much it. Hold on, I need to stop that.
Now,
So if you've never thought about it, it may be something worth. Hey, Paul, what's up?
oh, what's going on?
Happy birthday to Benjamin.
My father's birthday was yesterday.
Paul, did you see the link that Jody posted for 3DF or Zephyr? He was looking into this, and I was looking into this as well. And unfortunately, there are no free trials that I know of.
Oh,
Did they give a free trial at one time? Yes, but they do photogrammetry and 3D modeling, etc. It's better, but there are multiple programs out there. But right now,
there's tons of them.
Yes, you cannot beat the word free.
There's tons of them. The main issue is depending on who you're working for.
Why would I want to create my own crime scene?
Depending on that's what I said. It's directed towards like the police department and stuff like that. But for those when doing 3D models, maps, or whatever you want to call it, depending on who you're actually doing it for, it was all going to be determined by what you're using is all going to be determined by what that customer is.
Yes, that's true.
Whatever software that customer has is what is going to be used.
And you can share the models with people.
Now, there are other platforms that you can use to share stuff with. Yeah.
We just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, we also mentioned that we were going to go into showing up some of the stuff that Herman and I have been working on in the construction business, in the drone service provider business.
Well,
when you want to do that, you want to do the ugly flying car.
What I wanted to get into talking, because I'm gonna do the car last. What I wanted to get into is guys are asking about things about, and I mentioned making mistakes, and a lot of times, when dealing with people in the construction industry, especially some of the newer
Correction, it was a trial.
like here in New York, there's a lot of companies that are popping up, and if you've been up to date with the news, you heard about the mayor and some issues that he had with one of the construction companies, but it's neither here nor there.
Lock 'em.
What? But a lot of these construction companies here in New York, they're not really in tune. Some of them are not really in tune to the whole drone community. And we're dealing with some of them. A lot of times they have a tendency to look at you as their, their nephew that got a drone for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then other times you have guys that they think they know what they want, but they really don't know what they want. Now, when you start getting into the whole mapping and stuff like that, those people basically know what the hell that they want, and they know what they're talking when they start talking that. But as far as other things, a lot of times things that people say that they want, they don't really know that they want, or they might not know why they want it. They just heard about it. One of the things that we were doing for one of the companies that we're working for was doing progression photos of their sites, a couple of their sites, and then it was a couple of companies, and
Right.
that in itself is simple. You just have to show up at the site once a month, and
Well, for that
photos.
particular contract, it was once a month. Yeah.
Well, mainly they're all just once a
Once
month,
a month.
or the once a month, a couple of times a month, depending on how rapid the job is. And take photos from different angles of the job site at different altitudes, and produce these photos with the metadata so as that they can see exactly what's happening, measurements. And a lot of times they actually see what's on the site and what they need, and from that, I guess they can determine, this is where we were last month and where we needed to be. We reached that goal and why, and what's all of that stuff laying in the corner over there in those photos. You know what I mean? And a lot of times these photos can produce that for them because you're giving them photos of the entire site, not just the structure, of what's actually there. So that was one of the things that we were doing. Another thing that we were doing for another company was that they actually, see, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with like LinkedIn and other, well, LinkedIn, Instagram, they're all basically pretty much the same thing. And some of these companies, yeah, it's easy to have a guy on the site and he's got his phone or whatever, or he takes a couple of pictures whenever we have a milestone day.
You're right
and
on
stuff
time.
like that, and get photos and stuff like that. But they really would like to produce videos that show some of their work and around their sites and stuff like that. And they're fascinated because I don't know, we did at one point, I don't know, we didn't have that one queued to show, but it was on the concrete pour. It was
queued. We didn't have that queued to show, but I could probably pull it up.
How many?
That was the
30, how many? 39
truck in 4 hours.
cement trucks in like 4 hours of hyperlapse.
Second to pull it up, and I will.
And we shot that with 2 different drones,
Come on, don't do
spaced
this.
out in time, and it was a little over 4 hours because we did space the time.
Yes, that's true. But roughly we had 4
And
hours of footage.
you look at it, it was they were filling in the, I guess it was at the foundation.
Yes, they were doing
in the
I'm
basement.
actually
They had to fill the first
up.
floor slab.
They were pouring the foundation. I have it right here. First slab pour. Just give me a second to cue it up.
You can actually play that with sound.
So on this huh?
You can actually play that with sound.
Okay, cool. All right, this section that you're about to see in 2 minutes was, like Herman said, 4 hours plus of work, 8 batteries, Mavic 3s. You'll see right here in 2 minutes time, 39 concrete trucks, and it was hot as fuck that day. That's all I'm going to say. They had a concrete pour and a truck was pouring down the chute. And we shot it from different angles. This truck here on the right-hand side was filling the concrete pump, and they were pouring down this chute at the time and moving it and things like that.
This is when they first.
But 39 concrete trucks, no joke. It was actually fun, wasn't it?
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot that day. But this is the kind of stuff that they want to see on construction sites. This is the kind of stuff that they want to see on social media.
Social media sites.
Their social media.
Yeah, on their social media accounts. What happened?
Sorry about that. There it is. But like we said, 39 trucks, we caught every drop of it. And we caught the next section afterwards. So if you want to get into drone services, just do the research, because this wasn't easy to get this job.
I mean, there's certain things that they ask for that, you know,
and it's done now.
They don't. Sometimes they don't even know what they can actually get out of a drone and why. But you have this version of it.
Yeah. That's one version of what we had. But yeah, ours is a lot of footage. We detect unusual activity, LOL. Thank you, Jeff. But
this company, this other company here, they had a job over in another job in Brooklyn, and he said he wanted to fly through of the building, and we went and checked out the building, and they had a lot of things draped inside the building, and this doesn't have that very high of ceiling inside the building itself through the what would be the apartment areas, and then they had a lot of bunting and the netting up, so flying through the building didn't sound so good, especially with issues of maybe losing signal and where you fly from. So we improvised a whole lot. And they were getting ready to start working on the top of the building at the time, and they wanted some footage of this build, but they were interested in, like, I guess from seeing other things, they were interested in, like, whether or not FPV was possible.
Yeah. Basically, they wanted stuff for this. They wanted social media content for their page, which they do not have, and a lot of construction companies in New York are using.
So Lawrence,
Companies using it, huh?
so Lawrence threw the goggles on, right? And he happened to
Go
sit
ahead, because
on,
you have to talk and then I have to turn it down because it'll be blasting in their ears.
well, yeah, well, Lawrence figured out a way of improvising
Yeah, that's so.
like and give them a little bit of what they wanted to see the building because it was a lot. And this lot was going to carry a 14-story building in this lot, and they wanted to show off their 14-story building. It's not completed in this building, and we plan on working on something else to show off the topping off of the building. But they wanted to show off this building. It was a 14-story building they're working on. And like I said, they really wanted to fly through, and building wasn't really conducive to a fly through. So Lawrence just improvised and did the best that
I showed them their building.
yeah.
Is that too loud?
No,
All right.
it's not loud at all.
Oh. Oh, of course.
You could have left it where it was. It wasn't loud.
Oh. But anyway, you get the gist of it. And see, I didn't know over here where I'm at, it sounds incredibly loud because I'm playing it at the source.
And you didn't play it straight through to show everyone how it actually ends.
I'm going to.
All right, it does show it. It does show it on YouTube.
Please let me show it again. Only because
no, it does show it on YouTube.
It shows you're seeing it on YouTube.
Yes, I saw how it looks on YouTube. It doesn't show it on the Zoom window the same way.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, we thought we would let you guys have an idea of the kind of stuff that we're doing. When we said we couldn't make it to the South Florida drone meetup, this was why. This shot here, this video clip here, Herman did with his camera drone. Of course, me as an visual observer, drone was within visual line of sight, but they wanted different things from different sites. Keep in mind, there are 5 construction sites that we're creating social media for. This stuff here, we can show this. There's certain stuff we cannot show.
This was actually from the same place, right?
Yes. "14 stories up." Manhattan in the background, gotta love it. And once again, that was one of the shorts that they wanted for social media. But it's a service and it's a drone, so it's a drone service, correct? Yeah. It is your social media content provider. Jeff Norman, yes, you can say that. I actually did put that on a resume as a social media content creator, and it felt good doing it. But we have one more we want to show, and this one here is a combination of Herman's Herman doesn't fly FPV. I've been drinking. My FPV flying and Herman's camera drone skills. This is the first site. Huh?
Yeah, he was drinking.
This is the first site. This is the concrete pour that we showed earlier. And
this is that was after the concrete pour.
This was right. This was after the pour.
Started the build. The build out.
Fine. This building is 7 stories tall now. I will give us a peek at Herman. Can we show one picture after this? Okay, to show you how far how long we've been following this shit. But this isn't one last video. And all social media content is sharing and stop. All social, I can't say social, damn. Dude, I've been drinking. All right. Now you guys had I just want to show you this only because
no drone flying for you.
When we started at this one construction site, the video that I just showed, we started when they broke.
There's actually a hole in the ground when they were digging dirt.
We started with dirt. I'm just trying to find the correct completed random construction photo. That's not it. Here it is. Where is it? Oh, those guys, Ariel. There we go. I needed to find the proper folder to show you guys only because there's
Where
certain
the building was last
show.
month.
There's certain stuff that we can show and there's certain stuff that we cannot show. But I'm pulling up one picture and then I'm going to pull up a recent picture. Well, this picture was recent as in about a week ago, but we started with dirt and now they are up to the 5th floor. Here we go. Okay, let me just cue this real quick. Pull up Zoom share. This is when we started, guys. Here, this photo. We even have hyperlapse of them digging the dirt right there. And this was the building. This is the building 2 weeks ago.
And there goes the good old jail back there.
And this is a prison, which FYI, if you ever have a construction job to do your fucking research, because Herman and I, we had to go to the local precinct. We went to this prison here, let them know that this site hired us to do this job and there would be drones in the air, but we would not be flying over the prison or near the prison because there's
you can't fly over it anywhere.
We couldn't. There is a no-fly zone. I'm going to zoom in on this picture and show you guys something really quick. You see where this part of the roof is? Right here, where the elevator shaft is? Well, from here back all the way to this house is a no-fly zone. From here all the way here. So the shots, we have to plan our shots to get shots from those corners from different angles, right, Herman?
It's funny, you can go out over that corner across the street away from the site.
Right, you can go out over this corner because the street is here.
You can't go into the.
But I can, where my hand is, I can go out here.
Where the jail is a no-no.
But where this sidewalk starts right here, hold on, where this sidewalk starts right here in the street, up until say 1, 2, 3, 2 windows in, you cannot fly here. And what happens, Herman, if you try to perform an autonomous mode in that area?
It will stop. It will stop in that area. It will not carry out the function that you set for that area.
Correct. If you start to do a hyperlapse, it will take 1 or 2 pictures and stop in the middle of it.
Yeah, it'll tell you in preparing it that it can't go that far.
Cannot perform this function. Yes, your drone will tell you this. So because of the prison, like I said, Herman and I, once we were hired and the contracts were signed, we had to go to that prison and to the local precinct, which is a block away on the other side of the prison, and let them know we were hired by that company, that those guys building down the block there. We will be flying drones. If you get any calls of people flying drones in the area, it's probably us. And if you may receive a call from us saying that there's someone flying a drone here illegally because we're working the site.
The construction, the police department were really different about that. I got a response I didn't expect about that. They asked for our information, phone number, contact information, and said thank you.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, you guys are flying drones over there. We have your phone number, we have your business cards, we have your cell phone numbers.
Thank you.
Did the prison even know the rules? No, No, it's funny you say that, Jerry, because when we went in there to say who could we speak to let your commanding officer or whoever's in charge know that we're working across the street and we will be flying drones. Didn't the guy say, Herman, I have to go find someone to do who handles that? You're 100% right. You just do a 2.5 second, don't interrupt it, stabilize and stitch it. Oh, he's answering a question.
No, but that was interesting with the police department.
Good question, Jerry Franks. They did not know. No one in there knew anything about drone rules, drone laws, stuff like that. And keep in mind, over this site, there's a helicopter flight path that they come through anywhere from about 450 to about 600 feet on the average of every 20 minutes.
Every 15 minutes. No.
Oh, 15. Okay.
And to answer that question about mistakes, offhand.
Yes. Hold on. Jones Syke asked the question. He's probably not here now, but he asks, what are the 2 worst mistakes that we
ever made with I think that like I said, sometimes these guys, they want certain things, but they don't know
what they want,
exactly what they want and what it really entails for you, the person that's producing it. And
right, because they approached us.
They kind of value your time a little differently than you do. So sometimes you kind of overwhelm them sometimes when they ask you about proposals and stuff that you want to do and with certain things that can be done and cannot be done. And I think that in certain wording, like, I've even been asked, like, what does UAS mean? I'm like, well, you asked, never mind. But I've been asked that question. So when you get into it, a lot of times people do know, and there are people who don't know. Like, okay, for instance, we talk about mistakes, and this, I don't know if this was a mistake, but it was something that kind of like was bothering me a little bit.
Yeah.
With one job in particular that we were brought in by one gentleman that was interested in the service for his site because he was a super of the construction company. Right. And he spoke to his construction company, and it went on for a while, this conversation, for a few months, and finally he told me, so we got a budget and we want to hire you guys to, do some photos and stuff for us. And after a few months of doing this, they fired him. So now, how do you think I feel now?
Oh, yo.
Now, how do you think I feel? They fired him, and he's the guy that brought us in. Right. So I
mentioned with Steven, all love to you. He pushed for us, for them to hire us. He said they hire local drone pilot. They want to hire locals in the neighborhood, and kudos to him for that, Herman.
Yeah, I get it, but like, how do I feel? Feel like after they fire him, I feel like, well,
yeah, who's next? Didn't he push for you guys to be there? But it didn't.
I mean,
unfortunately.
That was the one thing, so I'm like, okay, but the building's still going up. So I mean,
yes. So,
and I'm like, okay, no problem. But
the new staff since then, they have hired and fired crews on there,
right? And it's like, it's crazy. You see guys coming, you see guys going. I'm like, you gotta stop speaking to some of these people because they're not gonna be here tomorrow.
It's true. You say hi to someone, and I'm like, yo, I'll see you next week, or I'll see you at the end of the month.
No, you won't.
Show up there, and we go back, and it's a new crew, new people, and the only ones that know us, because everyone asks, who the hell are they? Because I'm not gonna lie, when Herman and I show up, We show up with our vest on, and we have our drones and shit. We go into Super's trailer. We put our hard hats on, and people are like, "Who the fuck are they?" And they're like, "Oh, they're the drone pilots." Some people, there are a handful of people, right, Herman, that have been there from day
Well,
one.
yeah,
Like
they've been there for a minute. They know
Carpenter.
who we are.
Yeah, they know who we are. So
There's
yeah,
one other. There was one other thing that I wanted to share with you guys. There were.
we share that with you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys for allowing us to share that with you. But there was one other thing I wanted to share is that another ugly car, flying car concept design, I guess, has arrived. But you know, Subaru showed off their new concept for a flying car, which was quite interesting. That you know they kind of described it as being an awkward design and being kind of weird in design. But you know, truthfully speaking, with the whole the you know with the whole requirements for an eVTOL, there isn't much room for major design, especially when you're trying to design a flying car. You know,
True.
So this Subaru, right? What does it do, right? It sports. We have video on that, right? It sports
Pulling it up now.
6 motors and it sports 6 large rotors, and they're you know and they're arranged in like some like of a hexagonal like shape arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
And they're ducted and faired for maximum protection,
maximum thrust.
Well, actually for the protection, because at least in the horizontal position, the maximum protection. But I like this, and it was featured at the Japanese mobility show.
Yeah,
this was last month that this show was featured, and then this is Subaru.
So for those of you who wanted that Jetsons flying car, it's going to be a minute.
So Subaru is getting into the game too. This is ducted.
This is a 2-seater. Probably this is probably a 2-seater. Herman.
Yeah.
It's that time.
Is it? Yeah, I know. That's why I said I wanted to share that one last thing with you. But
we made it.
Yeah.
And we, as soon as we find out from Ryan when he can come on, we will definitely let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll be back. We just keep on moving, and
we appreciate you.
Like I said, we get close to Thanksgiving, right? That's coming up next, right? Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So I guess on the next
maybe we'll have a drop in the shot Thanksgiving show. Who knows?
What is it? Thanksgiving is what, the Thursday, right? The 20 what?
Hold on. Calendar doesn't want to pop up. Of course.
Boy, this calendar's busted.
It is on a Thursday.
Yeah. We know it's a Thursday, 23rd, right? The day before our stream.
Yes.
Ain't it?
Yep.
So we'll have a Thanksgiving drop
tomorrow.
Huh?
It will be on next week.
Next week, right? Day before Thanksgiving. And we'll see you then, right? Anything else you want to say?
When Jerry Franks is a 2-seater.
Yeah. Just you and your.
Anyway, we got to get out of here, guys. We appreciate you all.
You guys, check out some live streams coming on tonight. It's Wednesday night, the night with all the live streams. And we like to thank you all, like Lawrence always said, for coming and hanging out with us and sharing with us and enjoying what we got to share with you. And with that, we'll see you next time with those guys. Good night, everyone.